I was getting ready to say something. Well, hello everybody. Happy Monday. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you got some of the things done that you wanted to do, which I didn't. I don't have a haul for you today. I just have me, me, and conversation. That's all I got. But I think you might be kind of tired of me pulling stuff out of bags and everything. I haven't opened my hot pot. I guess I could open that, but I had bought one before. I think I told you. And when when they first came out, and they were so popular, and I never used it. And so I got ready to use it a couple of weeks ago, and the thing was so tiny. It was like a 1 quart, so it wouldn't work for my family. So I had to order another one. So I still haven't opened it yet. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to y'all today. Y'all have left me some great comments. I mean, and some of them I've laughed so hard. And some of y'all have humor just like me. And so we really understand each other. So here's what I want to talk about. I'm going to tell you some stuff, some incidences in my life. And I think I told you about the science teacher that put me out of his class because I was putting makeup on and I didn't want to hear about pulleys. And so I announced to the whole class, I don't know about y'all, but I'll never encounter a pulley in my lifetime. And to this day, every time I see, and we've come a long ways in the future and things that we use and things that are obsolete, but pulleys still aren't obsolete. So Mr. Prawl, wherever you are, thank you so much, because I know the importance of a pulley. But he also told me that I should never chew gum. He said, it is so unattractive. He said, I don't know if you have an underbite, an overbite, whatever it is. When you chew gum, it just doesn't look good. Well, I think Mr. Prawl was just jealous of me. He always just, I think, kind of picked on me. But anyway, he said he expected more from me. That's why he would give me such a hard time. And he told me that I look like a cow chewing a cud. Well, being raised in what they used to call the CD in Seattle, I had no idea what a cud was. I knew what a cow was, but I didn't know what a cud was. So as I live in Texas now, and I did work for a rancher, builder, auctioneer, I found out what a cud was. And that's like, y'all got to be big about this, and I hope you're not eating dinner, but it's like regurgitated food that the cow brings back up and just chews on it. And I thought, well, that was really, really a big insult, and if you said something like that to a kid now in class, can you imagine what would happen to you? I had a friend who tried to get me to volunteer at the schools, and I said no, because I don't like little kids nowadays, right? And she went anyway, and she stayed maybe 4 months, and then she quit. And I said, why did you quit? And she said, this little girl was in 3rd grade, I think. And she said, the little girl said to her, I don't like you because you disrespected me. And Linda was speechless, First of all, she didn't know how she had disrespected this little girl, and didn't know how the little girl knew the word anyway to put it with a sentence where it made sense. So she said she got out of there before something else happened, And I said, I tried to tell you about them little kids. So anyway, and then the other thing I was going to tell you about is because we're getting ready for the holidays, some people may be adding stuff to their wardrobe. Move. No, Jers, move. Please, Jers, move. And I don't want to show you because you got nicked in the face by your groomer. And you look pretty rough right now. You look like you've been in a dog fight. But anyway, you can go to Walmart. Sequins are really big this year. Sequins and suede and cashmere. And you know, I have, old as I am, I have one cashmere sweater. And I love my sweater. And when I put it on, I feel so special. So if you don't have a cashmere sweater, or you don't have a real leather coat, or you don't have a suede something, buy it for yourself. I mean, as far as we know, we only go through this way one time. So feel special. Do something to feel, for you to feel special. And if that's not your thing, if going to get a good book is, go, just do whatever that makes you feel special sometime. You don't have to wait for somebody else to do it for you. You know, and you're not being overindulgent by, I mean, you've worked, you know, and raised a family and everything, and you need to do some things for yourself. That's all I got to say about that. The other thing, and I don't have all the particulars on this yet, because nobody called and let me know, but anyway, King Charles is contemplating a divorce from you-know-who. The woman he used to want to be all up in, you know. Y'all remember that? That was terrible. And he was married, you know. What a hurting thing, anyway. He found out, first of all, she doesn't like Kate. And she tries to undermine Kate. And she doesn't have the grace or anything that Kate has. And Kate has more grace, poise, and taste and whatever in her little finger than Camilla has in her entire being. I think she doesn't like Kate because Kate is not a blue blood, but Camilla is. Camilla is related to the royal family. But anyway, Charles found out that she is funneling favors, money, position, status to her ex-husband and their kids, so that, you know, whenever, I guess, she's gone or whatever, they'll be set up, you know. And he doesn't like that. And he doesn't like, he likes Kate and he respects Kate, Charles. So he knows that Kate would be a good queen, or he thinks she would be a good queen. Nobody ever knows anything anymore. But from looking out in, it looks like Kate would be the queen that the monarchy needs. And Camilla's really jealous. But you know what? If you were in Camilla's position, I don't know about the ex-husband, but if you were in Camilla's position, wouldn't you try to fix your relatives too, so that once you're gone or you can't make decisions and stuff, the years she spent with Charles and the disdain that she suffered from the public and the wrath of everybody, she deserves to do something for herself and her family. I mean, that's one side of it. But, you know, I don't even know why she would have to kind of sneak to do that. He should say, we're going to do this for your side of the family. Because the things that happened between them, she got all the wrath of it. I mean, people didn't dislike him near as much as they disliked her and blamed her. So he's a grown man. He knew what he was doing. Now let's talk about fashion. I hit on it just a little bit. You know that burgundy is a big color. It's the big color in the clothes, purses, shoes, whatever. Anything in the burgundy family. And suede is big. Suede in your purses, or I guess a coat. I had a beautiful coat that was made in Israel. And I thought it had gone out of style. Stupid me. This coat never went out of style. But anyway, my daughter said, let me keep it. And I let her keep it. And when she moved up here, she had a lot of stuff in her daughter's garage. Her daughter threw that coat away. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Anyway, things people do. And I was going to show you my, oh, let me tell you what I did the other day. Have you ever broken something and you can't blame it on anybody but yourself? Well, I can kind of. Somebody moved the floor lamp, and the floor lamp is real heavy, and it's over in a corner that's kind of congested. And the reason it's congested is because the karaoke machine stays up all the time, and the microphone stays up all the time. So I was trying to get to the shelf to take some of the stuff off the shelf because I was going to redo it, you know, look kind of cluttered. And I knocked over a piece of red bird crystal. And I bought this probably 40 years ago. And it was a bud vase, very pretty. And it must have broken in 60 different pieces. I know you're not supposed to get so attached to things and objects in it, but it was my thing, my object, you know. I liked it, and I have very few pieces of red bird. I have like and I'm looking at it, a dinner bell, and I had that vase, and I have something else. But I didn't go crazy when I was in Germany for it, but I'm crazy for it now, you know. And if I find some more smaller pieces, I'm gonna go ahead and get it just because I want it. And I was gonna show you my curio cabinet because it's a mess. It looks like hodgepodge, and all the shelves are stuffed, and there's no rhyme or reason. But when I open it, and some days I open it to put something in there, and I stop, and I look at what I'm touching, and I remember the year was 1990, 1979, 1975. So-and-so gave this to me, and how happy I was. And then I think about what we did in that time period, and the memories just flood, you know, and it's such a nice feeling. And then I put it back. And then I might pick up something else. Now, hoity-toity comes over here, and she thinks I should just take all that stuff. It's a bunch of little pieces and stuff. And she thinks I should just dump it and then put a big statue head on the top shelf, and then some kind of fancy bowl on the second shelf, and, you know, something else, you know, big items. And she said it would look so good, but it wouldn't have any meaning. It wouldn't have any meaning at all. And like, I love music boxes, and I have several in there that play my favorite tunes, you know. And I have one that a really good friend gave me, and it has a little plaque with it, and it says, you know, to my sister. And sometimes I'll wind it up, you know, and I'll listen. I mean, she's still alive, and I still talk to her and stuff. And it takes me back to, I think I was like 34 or 5, and she might have been 29. And we were struggling. Her husband had passed away, and I think I was going through a divorce. And you know, it just, and some of the memories are kind of, there are some memories that are sad, but you know, that's all part of life. You know, we can't go through being giggling idiots, except for me. But you know, anyway. And then I have some Hummels over there, and I have Crystal, and Oh, and I worked with a lady who was from Fitzgerald, Georgia. And when my boss, the rancher, what a builder, real estate agent, auctioneer, when he brought me into the office, he said, now I hope you two can get along. He said, because she's from Fitzgerald, Georgia, and he said, I think that's home of the KKK. So he said, if y'all can't work together, then we'll have to figure out something else. So I would be walking down the hall, and the lady's name was Carolyn. She was absolutely wonderful. She had patience, She taught me everything. He had like 30-something checkbooks that he was building out of, and each one of them had the same name, just a different bank. And I would get totally confused and stuff. And sometimes I'd work all day writing out these checks. And then when I finished the day, Carolyn would come in and have all these checks stacked up, and they'd be voided. And she said, you wrote it out of the wrong account. So, yeah. And we would go, he didn't like for us to go to lunch together because it was just the two of us in the office. And if we went to lunch together, we would be, the office would just be closed. So we tried to arrange where we didn't go to lunch together, but sometimes we'd have lunch in the office. And anyway, and we started visiting, and we started doing things outside the job, and he was like, I can't believe it. He says, I can't believe it. And I said, yeah, Carolyn's been great to me. I said, we haven't had any problem. And we saw a movie one time, and I don't know what that, it was a movie about the Civil War or something. And there was one part in there where this little girl, she was mixed, and she thought she really belonged to the family. And the family was either walking by or coming up or something, and she said, my family, my family. So sometimes I would be out, and Carolyn was like a 4'11" little white girl with blonde hair that was curly like mine. And wherever we were, Carolyn would say, my family, my family. We'd run and hug, and people would kind of look at us like, not so much where I was from because it was a military town, so you see some of everything there. But he was just amazed, and she got to be in my lifetime one of my best friends, But anyway, Christmas, she would come in with all this ceramic stuff, and she had a trailer that she had turned into her shop, and she had a kiln, is that how you say it? Because she did all her ceramic stuff, and she did it right there. She didn't have to go, to a business and have all this stuff fired up and so forth. She gave me so many pretty pieces, and she said this, she said, no matter where you are in the future, if you still have these pieces, you will think about me. And every Christmas, when I pull out the reindeer, the bell, the angels, the Santa Claus with my names, Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus, with the name, on it and everything. And if you turn it under the bottom, it says CT 1980 this or 90 whatever. And in 2015, Carolyn passed away. And I still, like last year and the year before last, when I pulled things out, I thought about Carolyn and what she said, and she was absolutely right. Things that people make for you, they make it from the heart, and they spend hours working on it or whatever, and it's your connection with them. And so I sit down and I'm wiping everything off, and I'm thinking about us and what we were doing that particular day. And I got to tell you a really funny story. So my boss would lease land to people that wanted to deer hunt. And so, you know, if you have so many guns on the lease, they pay so much money. So somebody walked in one day, and I think it was $20,000, and they had $20,000 cash. And so they said, well, we'll just go ahead and leave it, you know, for your boss. And we said, okay. So he left. So when he left, Carolyn and I were playing with the money. We were putting it up in the air and putting it on our face and on our head or whatever. And so he came in and he said, what are y'all doing? And they said, well, we never saw this much money at one time in cash. And so he says, okay, you know, and so we said, well, we were going to leave, but we didn't know how far we could go on $20,000. And he sat there and he looked at us and he said, you know what? If I really thought I could get rid of you two for $20,000, I'd tell you, go ahead and take it. He said, but I think you'd come back. He said, so just give me the money and give me the receipt. So that kind of, we were on cloud 9 having fun, but he brought us down with that one. So go to Walmart. Walmart's got some pretty clothes for, especially if you're plus size, for the holidays, and see if you can find something. Get out of your comfort zone. Try something different, you know, and have fun. I'm going to have a white elephant party in December. We had one here one time that turned into a fiasco. I guess I probably told you about it. It's not a I can't think of the word. It's a white elephant party, but your white elephant gift has to be $25 or $30. And the reason I did that is there's a lot of people who are single that don't have a lot of folks that they exchange gifts with, and they actually get a pretty decent gift for $25 or $30, and it's fun. And if it's somebody came with a tree, you know, the pine trees that you used to put in your car to make your car smell good, or so you thought. And that was their white elephant gift. And somebody got really, really upset because they had brought a pretty nice gift for $25 or $30. But anyway, we're going to have that. And so we'll have something good to eat. I have to figure out the menu. And we have music. And I'm trying to think, should I make it a theme white elephant party? Should it be ugly sweater white elephant party, or you have to wear red? Or sometimes I like those and sometimes I don't. And sometimes I feel like, you don't dictate to me what I have to wear. And my daughter's having a big, you know, hoity-toity. She's having a big fancy white party in the earlier part of December. So I think mine will be more relaxed and laid back. What do y'all think? Should it be a ugly sweater white elephant party? And also, should I ask people if they have any allergies? I don't want to make a gluten-free meal, you know, but I would have some gluten-free items. But I don't want it to turn into, yeah, but I want something that's salt-free, and I want something that's gluten-free, and I want something that's full of protein, and I want something that's this and that. Or should I just leave that alone and just make whatever I'm going to make? And if somebody asks me what's in it, or, you know, does it have, I know not to do peanuts, so. And let me see what else. I need to get out and go to the store, and I have to go vote. So, you know, I used to be happy going to vote. I feel like it's a chore right now. It's a job almost, you know. And I have gotten so many phone calls and texts, you know, and I'm not going to say what candidate it is, but I got a text from him and he said, $5. All I need is $5. And I was like, huh? $5 and you can win this election? But anyway, I didn't think that was very classy. So those of you who have stuck with me, thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm going to do something for you. I just haven't figured out how or what I can do. Maybe I should call somebody like Mimi. Maybe she can tell me how she did it. I think she would let me know. Anyway, we're going to have a little storm here Wednesday, and it might get up to 60 miles an hour. So I have some items in the yard, and I think I better bring them in because I don't want them to blow down the street, you know. So, sun's going down, it's getting dark. My show comes on tonight, The Voice. Is American Idol on yet? I don't know. But one day I'm going to show you my curio cabinet, and some of y'all will probably say, you know what, Pat, I'll come to your house and try to straighten that out. I don't want it straight. I want it just like it is. I mean, it's just how my life has been. Jammed up, a lot of different people, a lot of different things. Some interesting, a lot of it, you know. So, anyway. Well, I know I'm going to forget to tell you something like, thank you for stopping by. And keep those comments. I absolutely love your comments. And yes, I love the Royals, all of them, including Meghan and Harry. And I wish they would get back to the fold. I don't know what it'll take. I could try to be the go-between, but I don't know if that would work. And and have you all bought a purse lately? And what's your favorite brand? Please don't tell me LV. I can't afford LV. I Captain. I think I don't want somebody to snatch my purse for the purse. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't want them to snatch my purse at all. But certain purses, I mean, they'll snatch if you're walking around with an LV. And especially when you get older, because they figure you're, you know, an easy mark or whatever. So, anyway, I don't have anything else to tell you. And you know, as soon as I sign off, I'll say, I meant to say someone, so and so and so, and I forgot all about it. So, but I'm trying to remember, and I play, is it Mahjong? Now they say it's good for older people. I'm hooked on it. I play it about 2 or 3 times a day, and I love it. Jers, don't start barking, please. And I don't know if you know, her name is Jersey, Jerzi, and we just call her Jers sometimes. Jersey. And that's Biscuit barking back there. Biscuit is a Biscuit. She's a Chihuahua and Wiener dog. She's quite a combination. Jers is a poodle. And Jers is a lap dog. Anyway, so much for that. And like I said, I saw myself in that video the other day chewing that gum. And I said, oh my God, Mr. Pearl was right. Don't chew gum, Pat. That's not your thing. You know, they used to have movies of women that were kind of flip or whatever, and they'd be chewing gum. I can't even do it. And they'd look cute, you know, and they'd do their hair like that and stuff. I don't look like that. He's right. I have a chewing impediment or something. Anyway, it's been great talking to you. I had my music on. I hope it wasn't too loud for some of you. It was, I couldn't hear it, but anyway. I will see you later this week. And go vote, please. Bye.